brand new with his scarf on today. That's fun.
That's right. I got my scarf on because I turned down the AC in my house because I like to wear scarves. Oh, look at this. I've already got this thing that says take our post-attendee Zoom survey. So Tanisha, I will make note that you were late.
Okay, write that down. Put that in my bit.
Well, Frank, welcome to the Swirl Suite. You came in swinging.
Yes, well, of course. I want to be a very memorable guest. I don't want to be the boring guest. I want to be somebody that you remember, that somebody, when they listen, like, God, that was a crazy show. That was amazing.
And so you're invited back. That's the important part.
That's right. Yeah. Don't think it's lost to me that I'm the only one wearing a scarf.
Frank, it's almost 70 degrees.
It's 70 degrees where? It's 70 degrees in Virginia?
Here.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
It's really nice outside.
Girl, I'm in a full sweater. No.
I see.
No,
Wow.
It's cold. Like cold. I was like, maybe I should turn the heat up. Or I feel like maybe the window's open. Like it was cold. Yeah.
So what is this? Is this week 3 of the quarantine?
It is week 3.
Yeah.
How is everybody doing?
I'm ready to jump out the window.
Oh. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Leave the key.
I'm making a run for it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going outside. I don't care. I'm going outside tomorrow. That's it.
So what you gonna do outside? So you have an hour, right? You got your paperwork?
Yes, I have an hour. I'm just gonna run around the block a few times. I'm gonna get some bread. I need some more oil. I need some honey for some cocktails I want to make. And I got a recipe for some soup, so I want to buy a leek.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
You know what a leek look like in the store? Because I don't. I've only seen them cooked.
Oh, the recipe was a picture of everything I needed. So I'm going in the store with that photo. Write the phone down. I'm like, oh, nope, not a leek. Nope, not a leek. Nope.
It looks like a scallion on steroids.
Yeah,
it looks like a big scallion.
The leek adds a lot to a soup. It adds a lot of meal. Texture and taste. It adds a lot.
I've never bought one in my life. I've never cooked with one ever in the history of me being on this earth.
Huh.
Wow.
Never.
Well, that's not a lot of time, Tanisha.
It's not. I mean, we're just talking a few years. Just what, 22, 23? Like
exactly.
I
felt you were baiting me with that comment. I was like, I could just jump right on it.
I was about to say, right? You don't want to go for that one. Let it go.
I choose my targets wisely.
Yes.
I have a friend who lives in North Carolina, and I was talking to her on Zoom a few days ago, and she said that in Whole Foods, they are timing people as they come in Whole Foods. So you walk in, and there's a cop at the door who is snapping pictures of everybody who comes in.
What?
And they give you 45 minutes to get in and out of Whole Foods, and they only let a certain amount of people in the store to give you that window, and you got to get in and get out. I was like, well, damn, what do they do if you go over your time? Are they going to come get you? She was like, I don't know. But as I was leaving, she could see the cops scrolling through pictures, looking at timestamps to see. I was like,
hey, maybe you can't come back another time. But there have been stores that would give people a piece of paper with the time on it, and they had to show that to be rung out. So like you didn't want to lose it or not. But so that was your timestamp.
It didn't get that bad yet here, because I told you all before I was in Costco, and I went to Costco, and I went around on Saturday around 9:30, and they had out the back door and the front door, but they were letting people in time. So I think they were letting a group of people in every 10 minutes. And they set up these wooden pallets where you were cycling in between, and they were pretty much spaced out about 6 feet apart. But I actually appreciate it, because I don't know if you've been in Costco, people be running you over with carts and shit. I'm like, wait, I want to get moved.
It's like the Hunger Games.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes.
And this time inside, the lady was like, "Oh, you need a line? There's nobody at this line. Come on over here. I'll get your car." I was like, "Is this Costco?"
Y'all helpful?
I was like, they looking for.
They excited they essential. They excited they still get the work.
Exactly.
I went to Best Buy I tried to do the right thing. I ordered a printer online and I ordered the wrong one. So I called Best Buy to see if they were open, and they said they were. And then when I got there, you can't go in the store. You can only
pick up curbside.
That's it. So I had to order the new printer, and then they would do the exchange for me. But you cannot go in the store.
Wow.
Wow. Because I guess you can't time but people in Best Buy. They got to come in, ask questions. They got to linger. They got to touch everything.
I'm like that. I touch everything. I want to pick it up and hold it. All the stuff.
Yeah.
Especially
I
in Whole
actually
Foods.
am like that.
I'm like that. Like that.
I'm smelling all the vegetables and fruit. Yeah.
Yep. They'll kick you out of bed today.
Wow.
So.
Yeah.
So Frank, introduce yourself to everybody.
Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I wish I had some wine with me, but I was rushing to get up here. I'm Frank Morgan. I write the site drinkwhatyouLike.com. I write for some magazines and local papers, and I'm just a loiterer around the industry. I've been called, a friend recently called me the George Costanza of
Totally. I can totally see it.
So I don't know why that is, but anyways, I'm glad to be here. This is great. I pretty much had to beg my way into it. You think
Frank, shut up, Frank.
As long as I've known Tanisha, you think she would have extended it. You too, Sarita, for goodness sakes. Loiter, I'm like, I watched all your episodes. Here I am. So I have a question for all four of you, and you have to answer like this. These are quick fire questions, okay? If I may.
Oh, questions for us. I love it.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. This is like, okay, I'm going to start first with Sarita, and we're going to go right down the line. And it has to be a very quick answer. Who is the most handsome guest you've ever had on the show?
Handsome guest.
I'm going to say, oh gosh, what, Frank? We don't have that many men on this show.
No.
Oh, I got one.
Oh,
yeah,
go first.
I already have mine.
Derek Epps.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay.
A close second, Frank Morgan.
Well, there you are.
Who?
Who's Frank? Yeah, who's Frank Morgan?
Of course. All right. It's another opportunity for me to rate Tanisha show notes. That's fine.
Put that in my plan.
That's right.
Put it in my review, sir.
I'm going to say the owners of Gran Cata.
All right.
No,
Make notes
Pedro and Julio.
Julio
too. Sarita's about to get reviewed. Sarita going in the next article.
There we go.
Are you writing something, Frank? Oh my God. What are you writing down? Here we go. I'm on his list now.
Listen, you want to let...
He has our names written down with check marks by it.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right. Let's see how many I can get. This is fun.
Yeah.
Let's see if I get to 10.
Yeah, I left 2 lines. I knew you, so I left 2 lines for you.
Appreciate it, because you know.
Yes.
Frank, how did you get into wine?
So I wish I had one of those really cool stories, one of these romantic stories or something like that. I don't. I was traveling. I travel a lot for work. I was working on a long-term project in Sunnyvale, California. I was there for going to be there for 9 or 10 months. And I was flying back and forth from Virginia to San Jose every week. I'd leave Sunday afternoon from Norfolk and come back Friday. And that was exhausting. And so one week, a colleague said, hey, instead of going back to Virginia, do you want to come to this place called Sonoma with us for the weekend? We're going to visit wineries and relax. I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds fun. And so in 2006, visited my first tasting room ever. It was Gunlock Bundschuh. It was the first winery, stayed in Sonoma at the Lodge of the Sonoma Renaissance, which I think is still there in Sonoma, not too far from the Sonoma Town Center. And that's how it started. I wish it was like a really cool, there was a bottle of 1947 Cheval Blanc, but it wasn't. And every other week for let's say for 6 months after that, every other weekend, I would alternate. I would go to Sonoma or Napa one weekend and then come home one weekend. And just spent time driving around the wine trails, Silverado Trail, up Santa Elena Highway. And if there was, a winery tasting room, I would just go in. I would do a tasting, ask a lot of questions. I didn't actually get kicked out of my first tasting room until 2007. So almost a year after.
You did good.
Yeah. I'm usually like, I wear on people's patience for some reason very quickly. And, I don't know, I just loved it. I fell in love with learning about wine. I, tasted a lot. And then I started sending an email newsletter to all of my colleagues and friends who all travel and said, hey, if you're in Sonoma, you should visit this restaurant or visit this winery tasting room, try this wine. And I did that for like 2 years. And a lot of people, subscribed to it or said, hey, add my friend to it. And finally, one day somebody said, hey, you should start a blog, whatever that is. So I started a blog in 2008, I think, 2008, 2009, Drink What You Like, which is kind of my own philosophy, just drink whatever you want. And that's what I did. And that's how I kind of got started. And then a few years later, someone asked me to start writing for a local magazine. And that's how I got to be where I am today.
Ta-da!
Yeah, I wish it was something really cool. I really appreciate those people that say, oh, I was down on my grandfather's cellar on the second level and I came across this bottle of wine. And
who has that story? I've never heard that story. Whose story is that?
A lot of people seem to have those stories. I mean, I got into wine drinking, cheap Napa wines, like grocery store. I mean, Napa wines are not cheap, but the grocery store stuff and, just basic stuff. Sweet Riesling, nothing wrong with sweet Riesling. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's still nice. I started drinking stuff in a box or a big jug.
Start from somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's all good. I mean, I appreciate the way I got started. It was just, very organic, driving up and down the trail and just learning, meeting a lot of people, just asking lots of questions. And I still do. I ask lots of questions wherever I go. If you've ever been to taste room together, you know that.
Well, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Lynn.
Do you have a favorite varietal?
I think Cab Franc. So I'm an equal opportunity drinker. Like I will drink them all, but I really love Cab Franc. I think it's super expressive. I love the Chinons and Summer Champignons, and I love those in Virginia. I mean, Virginia's doing a great job with Cabernet Franc, bridging the old world to the new world to the old world. I think it's a great bridge. I will tell you, this isn't going to be very popular. I love Chenin Blanc too, but and Beaujolais. We probably drink more Beaujolais than anything, only because it's economical and it's super delicious. And although right now, because of the current crisis, we were drinking everything in Virginia. But I will tell you what I really like, and it's not very popular. I love Chardonnay.
From where?
Here.
Yeah, I like it from anywhere. Honestly.
Really?
Here's what I think. Yeah, I think that you can tell a lot about a winemaker and a winery by tasting their Chardonnay. That's my opinion.
Oh, please tell. Tell.
So I think that if you go into a winery and the Chardonnay is just like flabby and really over oaked, it seems like that's a very contrived style. They're driving to a certain sale. They're not doing that. Isn't a representation of their land.
Right.
It's a very contrived style. And I think that if a winemaker uses oak in a restrained way or not at all, and it's a lighter style Chardonnay, I really think that you tell a lot about a winemaker from their Chardonnay. Just my opinion. I love Chardonnay. I love drinking it. How about you?
Well, actually, for me, when it comes to Chardonnays, I am a stainless steel fermented person. I like the Chablis style from France and the stainless steel from the New World. I'm not really keen on the overly oaked, like you said, using your term, because I like that flabby Chardonnays. Pinotage is one of my favorite red grapes. I think I call it old world, even though they say new world, but because of apartheid, they couldn't get it out of South Africa. So that's my little soapbox I get on about Pinotage. I love Pinotage. And Cabernet Sauvignon is another one. So I'm pretty much like you. I like them all. I don't know about Cab Franc. I think I had some bad Cab Francs in the beginning of my wine world. And every time I taste a Cab Franc, I was like, oh my God, this thing is so green. Whew, I need them to work on this. So they could just be my mind, but that's it.
Wow. Sarita, how about you? Welcome to the show, by the way. How about you?
Just like Frank to take over. What do I like? I really like Chenin Blanc. Beaujolais, I really love this year. It was really fantastic at Thanksgiving. I had both a Nouveau and a Village, and I thought they were both great. And then I had a rosé from Beaujolais, which was nice, very nice. So I agree with you on the Beaujolais. What else do I like? I'm getting back into Pinot Noirs because I was really heavy on them at first, and then I started to discover other grapes, and they, became on the back burner. But I like Pinot Noirs, especially from Oregon and Washington. Let's see, and if everybody knows, I love bubbles. Cava's my go-to.
Okay.
But somebody asked if I could pick any wine, what wine would I drink for the rest of my life? And there is a sparkling Malbec from Argentina that is out of this world that I absolutely love. And I love Malbec in its mini form. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. By the way, I like your microphone. That's fancy.
She's the producer of this whole outfit.
Right, exactly.
Wow.
The rest of us just talking into the screen. Hello.
Leslie and Tanisha, it's your turn.
I wish I'd have known. I'd have come better prepared. I did wear a scarf, though. I mean, that's
right. So that's all the prep you needed, Frank. Just the scarf. You got the wine Bible behind you. You're good.
I sure do. Look at that. I love to stack those big intellectual books behind me. It gives people on these video casts, it's like, that guy's a reader. Look at that. Yeah. Impression. You've read all these books. I don't know.
He's a reader. Or he spends money on things he's never going to use.
Sure.
He's ready to impress others.
Yeah.
It could go either way. Either way.
Yeah.
All right. For me, Grenache or Garnacha.
Okay.
Grenache or Garnacha. That would be my go-to. Alone or in a blend. I'm here for it.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Nice.
I love a good
Sauvignon Blanc.
Excuse them.
Everything about that was hilarious. Oh my God. Everything about that was hilarious.
Inside joke, y'all. She hates Sauvignon Blanc. But go
Oh my
ahead.
gosh.
Got your check mark.
Glennis just got a check mark. Oh, she got her name on the list and a check mark.
Oh,
Okay.
yay. I like a good Tanat.
Oh, great
It's
choice.
hard to find,
Yeah.
and I just love it. This summer I did the whole Gamay tour because I just am in love with it. I think it's a great summer wine. And Torontes is my favorite white because it's just so unassuming.
Oh, I love Torontes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Crisp and
That's a
light.
very good choice.
Yeah. And Sauvignon Blanc, don't forget. You love that.
Please, if anybody's looking for someone to endorse Sauvignon Blanc,
What's your PayPal account? Go ahead and throw that out there too.
right, exactly.
Yeah, that is not my grape.
And so, Frank, back to you. You are like the go-to guy for Virginia wine and everything in Virginia. How did that come about? Is that like a part of the magazine that you write for? Is that from Virginia?
Yeah, so I don't know how that happened. One, obviously I live here. I spend a lot of time, visiting wineries, visiting with winemakers. Years ago, I was asked to start writing for a magazine that is sadly no longer around. It's reinvented itself a few times, but at the time it was Virginia Wine Magazine, and at the time it was the only magazine that was dedicated exclusively to Virginia drinks. It was Virginia wine, Virginia cider, beers, spirits. And so I wrote for that magazine for about a year and a half or something. And then the editor said, hey, we've had some people leave. Would you like to be the associate editor? And associate editor, I think in those days, and it may be the same today, was code word for there's no pay. Or there's
You're a volunteer. Okay.
Yeah. So, and I liked doing it. I loved pulling together articles. And because I wrote articles, but also pulled together articles and information from wineries and winemakers, I just got known throughout the industry. And then I just blogging, social media, Twitter and things, and hosting a lot of Virginia wine tastings, a lot of blind tastings. And then 6 years ago, in the middle of 2013, I started Virginia Wine Chat, which is just a monthly virtual gathering. So I would go visit with the winemaker, interview them for an hour, stream that live through Ustream or Twitch or Facebook Live. And that really grew a lot. And the wineries would then start, I think, Sarita, I think you've participated as where the wineries would send out wine to some influencers, wine influencers in the local area. And we would have an interview, and those of following us online would just taste the wines and tweet questions, and that really grew the following. So I think that might be it. Maybe that's why I'm often referred to as the Virginia wine person, and that has a blessing and a curse. I mean, really, when you write about other areas, like I just submitted a story on the Rhine-Hessen region of Germany. People, I don't know that they take that too serious because you're kind of pigeonholed as the Virginia wine person, which is fine. I love the state. I think the wines here in the global context of wine are really underrated, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Do you think, Frank, because the West Coast has had so many challenges with the fires and other disasters where people will start to look to different regions for their wine?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think after they've had some of these tragedies, it looks like the wine industry has rebounded pretty quickly, like from the fires. I think where Virginia's strength lies in relative to other regions is that it's really interesting, and it's for a lot of consumers, it's the unknown, and I think that people are always looking for something new and interesting. They always retreat to what they know, but they'll venture out and just looking for something really interesting. I think that could be Virginia's strength, is like, oh, I keep hearing about Virginia wine, and I want to try it. I don't know, maybe that could. I think what's going to have an impact is the crisis we're currently going through now. Obviously the hospitality industry has been gutted in just 3 weeks. It's awful to see what has happened, and wineries are struggling right now. And now we have a stay-at-home order that's in place until June 10th. I don't know what that's going to do to the local industry, but I think when we're on the other side of this, we're going to emerge, and there's a lot of rebuilding that needs to happen in the hospitality, in all industries, but hospitality and wine. But I think what that could do is strengthen local tourism. People, from DC, from Virginia saying, I'm going to get back out and really support my local businesses. I think that's really going to help the Virginia wine industry. I could be wrong, but I think that Virginia is going to rebound very, very fast.
You hosted an event a few weeks ago. I forgot who it was with, but you were interviewing someone. You wanted to know how we as the industry could help wineries and local businesses during this time. Could you give us a recap on that?
Yeah, so several weeks ago, I think it was Friday, March 13th. I had a phone call, a winemaker called me. I touch base with a lot of winemakers and winery owners just to see how they're doing, to say, hey, what's going on? I'm writing this article. Can we talk? And this winery owner was in a difficult spot. He just was like, hey, we are barely hanging on, by our fingernails. And if we're closed for too much longer, another, month or so, we may not make it. I'm like, wow, that's really real. And this is a family winery. So the next day I set up a virtual Virginia Wine Chat. I just said, you know what, every night of the week, Monday through Thursday, I'm going to interview a winemaker, stream it live through Facebook Live. let them put the link out ahead of time to their, on their Facebook page and their social media channels. Maybe that'll be a way for them to connect with consumers. And if they want, they can sell, wine. They're still doing curbside pickup. Some of the wineries are doing, home delivery, and that'll give the wineries a chance to connect with their consumers, stay connected with them, maybe sell a little bit of wine, and get their message out. It was 30-minute chats Monday through Thursday. And they've really grown. We've had 800, 900 views, 1,000 views on those. And so winemakers have been really appreciative. I don't know what else to do, really. I've bought a lot of wine from local wineries like everyone has, but I'm one person. But if you can, have one of these virtual chats to amplify their messages and help raise awareness, because right now, unlike any other time, is the time to buy local. We talked, I love Beaujolais. You all love Gamay. I love Sauvignon. I love a good Chinon, but now is the time to buy local. It just is. Our farmers, our hospitality industry, they need us. They need our dollars. And so I started that virtual Virginia wine chat just as a way to, maybe help raise awareness. I don't know how much good or it has done. I don't know that it's done any bad, but I think it's done some good. I talked to a winemaker today. She said, "Oh my gosh, we sold 12 bundles." They put together like a wine bundle for their chat. She goes, "Oh, we sold 12 in a day. That's very good." I'm like, "Oh, okay, well."
Nice.
Yeah,
that is nice. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I winemakers appreciate it, and that's great. I appreciate the fact that they appreciate it. And of course, this past Saturday night, we had Open That Bottle of Virginia Wine Night. And that was something that really grew. After I announced that, I think it was on March 20th, I announced, we're going to do Open That Bottle of Virginia Wine Night. And that was a play on, or a twist on Open That Bottle Night, which was started by Dorothy Gutierrez and John Brecher in the year 2000. So 20 years ago, they were so forward thinking. They started that. Everybody participates. It's probably one of the most popular wine events in the world today that, brings people together. And I just, I met them last February, and I said, "Hey, I'd love to do one of these for Virginia." And they got right on board. They were like, "We support that." And that's who they are, right? They're so supportive and generous. And it Opened That Bottle of Virginia Wine Night totally grew. I mean, it was adopted by other regions. It was made into a larger Open That Local Wine Night, which I think was awesome. That was Saturday night. We had a live stream with our Secretary of Agriculture and Forestry, and that was 2,000 people watched live Saturday night.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you are working, Frank.
Oh my gosh. Don't call it work because I haven't got paid yet.
This is charity.
If you're watching, please write down my PayPal number here.
Right. Cash App. Cash App.
The Cash App, whatever you prefer. Frank at Cash App. Yeah. I don't know. It is a labor of love. It's very time consuming because I've looked at buying land. Yeah, I went to the Shenandoah Valley and several times and have found, pieces of land saying, boy, this would be a great, plot of land for a small heirloom apple orchard and some vines. I'd love to plant Chardonnay and Cab Franc. And it was a good decision not to buy that piece of land. So anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, people ask us all the time, are we going to open up a restaurant, wine bar, or a winery?
They
Absolutely
do. I'm
not.
like, that is literally the last thing
Absolutely.
I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Absolutely
ever
not.
in my life. Like
Yeah.
it's a full, absolutely not a wine bar, not two rows of vines, like none of it.
Nope, none of it. Speaking of wine, what has everybody been drinking?
Wine.
Well, we know that.
Gin and tonics. That's been keeping me together.
Did you drink something good over the weekend?
Oh, a Prosecco. That was fantastic.
What did you drink?
Prosecco. I had a Sfriso from Sfriso Winery. I always have trouble saying their name. And they're not too far from Veneto. And they're one of the hard hit regions. They've been on lockdown since like the end of February.
Right.
And it's a Prosecco DOC, and it's one that they use the Charmat method for, so the tank method to make it, and they do that for 8 months before they do the bottling.
Wow.
So
who owns that?
delicious, very crisp, excellent fruit flavors. The bubbles, smaller bubbles, but still very persistent. delicious.
Nice.
Very nice. Well, I'm back on the bottle.
Okay.
You gotta be. I don't know how people are trying to make it through this quarantine situation without it. Some people are like, no, I'm gonna be dry. I'm like, this, you're gonna jump off the roof. Don't.
No, I have to go and see what's in stock because I didn't even buy anything. I was doing that detox. So, but there's always mail order.
I was gonna say you might have to get some delivery, sis.
The first among us to crack are those who don't drink.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones who are going outside.
Yeah.
They can't shelter in place without any alcohol. Like
Yeah.
it's a dumb idea.
No, I think it's, I mean, obviously everything in moderation, but I work out every day. I mean, of course you can tell, I'm sure.
It's the scarf that's hiding it. The scarf is hiding it.
All the muscles.
I gotta maintain this. No, but seriously, everybody laughs at that. Why is that? So anyway, but you have to exercise and you have to have a glass of wine at night, right? To just, while you're watching that new Netflix series, Tiger King, is that what it is?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, what a disaster that is.
Insane.
Don't tell me what's happening. I'm not watching it yet because I'm watching Ozark. Because Ozark was more.
Oh, me too. I am doing I'm only on season 2 of Ozark.
Oh, girl, yeah.
So I'm trying to watch them as
join
fast as possible.
I'm on Ozark.
But got my Netflix.
Girl, you know somebody with an account, so just go ahead and use the account password. It's fine.
I know all y'all didn't give them up, so
I might use mine. It ain't my account. I can't share. It ain't mine. So I'll be giving it to you.
Someone just put your Netflix account in the comments.
Back to wine.
Find somebody with an original account. It's only like 10 people in the world, so I mean, one of them.
Tanisha, what's in your glass? Are those cubes that you freeze?
Yes, because I was drinking wine and it wasn't cold. And so I'm like, okay, if I put those in there, it'll chill the wine and then it won't dilute it. So
exactly.
I've never used those before. Only in like whiskey rocks.
Did it work? Is the wine chilled?
Yes. It was chilled when it was still in the glass, yes.
Huh.
It is now empty.
What'd you say, Frank?
Do you taste any plastic from those when you put them in? Is there any?
I don't, and that's why I was actually testing them out because this is the first time I use it with wine. I usually use it with cocktails or
Okay.
But no, did not taste plastic, and I was really looking for that to see if I tasted that, but no.
Okay, cool.
Glennis, what you been drinking?
Well, let's see.
Grand Marnier. Oh, sorry.
No. She knows, that is.
That was for you, Leslie.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, she got me back, Ted. Love her. I started drinking one day. I had my Cremant, because I love Cremant, the St. Hill from Lemieux, which is my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
Then at another virtual, because you know what, these virtual Zoom things with your friends, you could end up drinking every day. I had to tell them, I can't do this. Yeah, my liver said give. Then when I was online with you all, I had the sparkling Shiraz from Paringa, and today from by Montez, I'm drinking. Can y'all see that?
Oh, I love Montez. Nice.
And
very nice.
This one is 92% Carmenere and 8% Petit Verdot. And it's delicious. It's jammy.
Yum.
It's phenomenal. So,
Good value. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, very much so. Well, especially good value since this was given to me.
The best value.
There we have it. All right. I'm removing your only check mark for that level of honesty.
I can't believe Frank is keeping score. He's crazy.
Hey.
But that's a check mark. That sounds like a check mark to me.
Okay.
I cannot be the only one with check marks.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
It's way out in front, y'all, so don't worry. But all right. So I have another question. Can I ask a question?
Go for it.
So earlier yesterday, so I took a day of leisure yesterday. Day of leisure. It was supposed to be
Sunday fun day.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a day of labor, of spreading mulch in the yard. I said, I got up and I made an executive decision that today is just going to be a day of leisure. And we just kind of slothed around a little bit, did some chalk art, things like that. And I was Skyping, with a friend of mine who is an avid drinker, and we're just trading old war stories. And we got to a discussion we had years ago, like we are each other's one phone call. Like if you're ever like I'm unlikely ever to get arrested, but you never know. Like things are crazy at wine bars. Like you don't know when you're gonna have to jump in. And so you never know. Like you could get so we have our one phone call person. Like if I'm ever arrested or if he's ever arrested, we are each other's one phone call. Like I can't call my wife because there's all of this. Oh, I'm so disappointed in you. What did you do?
Right. You don't need to go through that at that time.
Right.
And who's gonna watch the kid? Like it's too much.
Yeah, you're such a bad influence. Like all of that stuff you have to put up with if you call your spouse. But then if you have your person, like there's no questions asked. Where are you? I will bail you out right away. Right. No judgment, and we'll just go drink it off. Right. So like you have your person. So each of you, do you have that person in your life that you say, you know what? If it ever goes down and I'm ever arrested, I've got this person that says, no matter what, you're getting bailed out. And there's no judgment. Like you don't have to explain it away. You're not a disappointment.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Several of those.
Okay. But you've got an agreement, right? You've got like, okay, you're my one call.
We've actually discussed this thing. Like, okay, listen, if I get arrested, I'm going to need to call you to translate because things are going to be happening in moving parts. And I'm with the system that I can't sign any paperwork until you arrive. And so they're like, okay, I got you. And I'm like, and I also know that you usually have money. So
I was getting ready to say,
you also need to have money.
That's
But you can't have no poor people on the be your one call. You call me like, you know what?
No.
Girls to 29.
They'll feel sorry for you.
It.
But that's it.
No, you put them on a prayer list because they will break.
They thoughts and prayers.
They will start a GoFundMe.
Yeah. I don't have no money, but I will pray for you.
You know what? I think my person might be Leslie.
Leslie, do you know this? Do you approve?
I approve, sweetheart.
Anyway.
All right. Well,
all right.
We got it.
It's recorded.
Everybody heard.
No, Lex's ass.
Wow. So I think we've all really, I feel as if we've really connected here today over all of this talk of getting arrested. And I mean, our relationships have got, like Tanisha, from here on out, our Twitter DMs are going to be so much more better and lively.
You think so?
Well, I don't know. I'm probably not. But I'd love to be positive in these calls.
I mean, after you gave me the cold shoulder in France this last time, I don't know.
What happened there?
Did Frank not tell you about how he went on a full-on wine and cheese tour and lived his best life? I'm seeing pictures on Instagram. I was like, Frank, that looks like Paris. And not even just looks like Paris. I actually know who's giving your class. Like what? I know her. Are you here?
Yeah. How awkward was that? I mean,
thank you for acknowledging. I'm like, hey Veronica.
That is like my
Jennifer. I know them both.
Oh, right, and they're both fantastic. Yeah, that is
not to say you're not, but
they're cheese experts, and they are beasts when it comes to cheese. Like their knowledge of cheese and the way it is produced and made, and the cows and what they eat, and the amount of sunlight, and the cheese from this cow tastes one way in the spring and tastes another way in the winter. I'm like, so listen, how much is that brie? Like that's really all I am trying to figure out.
Exactly.
But they go in. They're really good.
That was crazy.
Frank was in good hands.
Yeah, no, that was an amazing experience. A friend of mine who had been there with Jennifer had recommended, you got to go see Jennifer. And we tasted, I think it was 11 cheeses, and these weren't like little, they give you a lot of cheese. I will tell you, like I have a very picky digestive system, and 11 cheeses is a lot. That's a lot of cheese. All right?
11 cheeses will have you feeling away. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot. I have a very picky digestive system, and that
even if you don't, 11 cheeses will have your body.
Bloop, bloop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you'll get used to it over time. But.
Yeah, that's a lot of cheese to get used to. But yeah, but I'm sorry I missed you there. But you know what? Because we tried to connect in Verona. Remember that?
And yeah, we missed it in Italy because my train was late. So it was a whole.
Right. See, I'm like, you get one chance every 6 months. I don't know. I mean, what more?
I know. Now it's gonna be another 2 years because no one can go anywhere.
My goodness.
Right.
I don't know what to make.
Hopefully, it won't. Knock on wood, it won't be that long. But Jesus.
Listen, because I'm trying to get this ticket for August to come to the States. Okay. So, but I don't know how that's about to work out. It's super cheap though.
Yeah, it's going to be cheap. Yeah, I'm sure.
Right. And hopefully, maybe, I don't know if you can buy it and the airline will give, if you can't come, the airline will give you the credit. You get it at a cheap rate and they'll for you.
Yeah, they'll do the credit thing.
Yeah, they're pretty flexible right now because I think they're being nice because they're going to need a big bailout when this is all.
Yep.
Yeah. How about they just pull themselves up by their bootstraps?
They use all the damn fees.
Where are your bootstraps?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Bail out people,
no
not businesses.
For what they're charging for bags and all these extra security fees, not security fees, but all those other fees that when you look at the ticket, it's like, wait a minute, this ticket to Europe was only $600. 1,005 is taxes and fees. What is going on?
And you only 6 inches between you and the seat in front of you? No.
Right. Exactly. You sitting there like this.
That's why we had the big argument about should you put your seat back or not.
And then did you see that when they asked? They said, you should before you put your seat back, you need to ask the person behind them. I didn't ask the person behind, could I take this money out of my damn bank account to pay y'all?
That's what I didn't do. That's why I'm not asking. Now I'll look and see okay, do you have like a hot drink on your tray or do you have your laptop up? I'll look and see that. Right. I'm not asking you a thing.
Well, damn, the seat go back this far. How's that bothering you?
Right.
Guys, and you know what?
People act like it's full comfort. It's like up, reclines. Regular.
And, you know, some people are like almost in your lap because sometimes the seats are broken. So I will put my knees up.
Oh, you one of those?
Yeah, I am. I am.
Oh,
now
and the seat will not recline.
Now
because sometimes, like you have your laptop on the tray table.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, it's in your chest. Like you were like this, looking at your laptop.
Yeah, I'll look back to see if that's the case, and then I'll, just kind of ease back so they'll know, like, okay, I'm coming back. Like, move all your stuff, pull it together.
Right.
I'll just be like, and we going back. No, but if you don't have nothing on that tray, you're going back. You're going back.
Wow.
Okay, sorry, that took a turn. We were talking about travel. Right.
Yeah, really. There's so many strong opinions about this. Let's explore your feelings.
And that's how it was when it came out, when that whole situation happened. People were so strong, and I was very surprised that people got that like up in arms or that like amped about it. I was like, oh wow. I mean, I had strong feelings, but I didn't realize everyone else did as well.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a biggie. Wow, Jeez, that's.
Frank's like, I don't even know what y'all talking about. I be in the front of the plane. My seat
okay.
Oh, stop.
My feet come up. I don't even know what this conversation is about. He's like, there's nobody around me for miles. I don't even know what. I stretch both arms out. I touch no one. I don't know.
Short
I don't
arms.
even know what those pets are doing behind the curtain. I don't know what goes on back there. It's like I'm actually at the top of the plane. I walk upstairs and then I get on that part of the plane. I don't know what y'all do down here.
Does anybody else know how funny Tanisha is when she has 3 drinks? Well, now we know. So let me just tell you a story.
I think that's like 3 checks. I think that's a smooth 3 checks.
Well, I just wanted you to know where you all stand on the check marks.
Oh my God.
Where am I?
Look.
I'm at 4.
4 checks.
So So if I may share a story about Tanisha, the last time I did see her in Paris, remember that? So I'm like, hey, it'd be great to catch up. Let's hang out. Let's go get a drink.
Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
What did you do?
And so it's like, I'm a very lightweight drinker. I drink maybe a glass and I'm fine. That's all I need. And when I go to a tasting, like a tasting, there was at the Louvre, at the conference area that's at the Louvre, there was a big independent vignerons tasting. And so Tanisha was
called
there.
a grand tasting, just to give you some context. It's called Le Grand Tasting. Carry on, Frank.
Tanisha went at it like it was a grand tasting. And I went at it like, okay, I'm just going to go around. I didn't see you there, but you said, I was like, oh, I was there. I wish we had caught up, but we're going to get together for a drink. And we were supposed to go to Le Verre au Lait. They were booked up. So we went around to that natural wine bar. And when she got there, you may have had a few drinks already.
You may or may not have had a few drinks already.
Oh man, I'm afraid of what that looked like because you can't really tell if you're drunk or not. So you're a heavyweight when it comes to drinking. So what gave her away, Frank?
Is this recorded? This is recorded, right? Okay.
Or what didn't give her away?
Right.
Well, I mean, it was first of all when I could see her through the glasses, she was like dancing outside or something, and I'm like, there's some music going out there. There was no music, which is fine. It's fine. If you've got music in here, that you're lighting the world up, right?
It was in my heart, Frank, because I was coming to see you. That's what it was.
I thought that. Initially, I thought that. And then she came in and, okay, in a crowded bar, you kind of work your way through the crowd. You're like sidestepping. There was no one in there and she was sidestepping. And then I think she said, where's the railing? Like grabbing for something.
He may be embellishing a bit.
So anyway, no. So we chit chat, we're talking. And I said, well, let's get a little snack. She goes, okay, I want a boiled egg.
No, that's not what happened. No, that's not it.
Who goes to a wine bar and orders a boiled egg?
Nope, that's not it. That's not how the story goes.
Oh my God.
So this is how that part actually went. So there's a dish here called mayonnaise. And so it's like deviled eggs. And then it comes as like a little salad. So I ordered that, but they brought out a rack with boiled eggs on it and a side of mayonnaise. I was like, this is not what so that is what happened. So still a boiled egg came out.
So was it
because like, why would you have boiled eggs on a menu at a wine bar? Like that doesn't even make sense. I guess I'm just gonna have boiled eggs. No, it was supposed to be deviled eggs. That's what I thought I was ordering.
I thought it was stranger that you ordered a boiled egg than the fact that they had one on there. I thought, they brought out this. At first, I'm like, is she kidding me? She ordered a boiled egg because I thought you said ufda, which is kind of boiled egg. I'm like, who carries boiled eggs to the wine bar at 11 o'clock at night? And who orders them? It's like when you go to 7-Eleven and you see those sausages at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And it's just,
right.
Who orders these?
I was expecting it to be a different dish, not just a solid boiled egg on a rack. Because why does a wine bar have that anyway? Like, who is eating just a regular boiled egg and peeling it at a wine bar? Wine doesn't go with eggs. We've all talked about this before. But that's the story. So Frank and I joke now about having eggs when we go to bars. Because
no. We joke about you having eggs when we go to bars.
Well, yeah. We joke about that. Yeah.
So anyways, I thought that was very funny. I have carried
it was
that.
Hilarious
Yes.
then.
Yes.
And it's funny now. That's something I actually still laugh at now. So sometimes people are like, it's going to be funny later. No, it's not funny.
And what the best part is they brought this rack.
It was a rack and it was eggs sitting on it and you could pick your egg. and then they take the rack back with all the eggs on it, and then they came out with some mayonnaise.
And you're a very discerning egg picker. You were really going through the racks just trying to find the right one. I really
because at that point I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I'm like, so is this like, I thought it was a joke. I'm like, so let me look like I know what I'm doing here, and like this is what I meant to order because I'm professional, and this is what we're what we're gonna do.
So was the premise you were gonna make your own deviled egg since they had the?
I didn't think I had to. I thought it was supposed to be deviled. I didn't think it was a DIY because I didn't have the capacity to DI or Y.
Oh my God.
So
I don't know what happened, but it was funny.
I'm like, if Frank could have just took me to a normal place and I could have just got some fries and some buffalo wings, like we would have been fine. But Frank wanted to be fancy schmancy.
Yeah, go to Natural Wine Bar. That was a good bar. I bet you it's not there anymore, but it was fantastic.
No, it's still there. I actually don't live, well, I mean, it's closed now, but yeah, no, it still exists. It's not far from where I live now. So I'll go back and read the menu again and be like, so what was that I ordered?
Yeah, that was a strange thing. I've never seen boiled eggs at a wine bar before. I thought that was rather unique.
So it can't even completely be my fault. Like, why do y'all have this on the menu? What y'all
Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
So Frank, we're coming to the second part of our show, Frank.
Oh, okay.
So we have some random questions to ask you. And it's for everybody, if you have an answer. All right. What is the first thing you're going to do when this is all over and we are all free?
Go outside.
Everything is open. You can go anywhere. What are you doing?
Going to get a haircut.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely think the first thing I'm doing is getting my nails done.
Okay.
Depends on the day. Because if it's in the middle of the week and they're saying, y'all asses got to go back to work and go in the office, guess where I'm going? I'm going in the office. So if it's the weekend, I agree with Tanisha, probably a mani-pedi would be the first thing.
Yeah, I don't care what day it is. I'm going to get my nails done first. And also, real talk, I think like the first day, I might still be hesitant. I might let everybody go out first. Try it out and see. Like, y'all go breathe on each other, see if the numbers spike, and then I'm going to come out the next day.
Sure.
I'm going to let y'all have at it. Like, when they release software, it be stuff wrong with it. Them iPhones, it be something wrong with them at first. So I'm going to let y'all get their first batch of fresh air, and then I'm going to come back out after that.
Yeah.
Use the same hygiene methods. That's why I'm going to work. I ain't mess with them. I can't.
Well, I mean, I use hygiene. Everybody else doesn't.
That's true. That's why you can't touch stuff.
Yeah.
I don't touch anything.
No. But yeah, nail salon. That's my answer.
Okay.
I'm saying salon. It's a girl apartment. I'm going to get my nails.
Leslie, what about you?
I'm getting my roots done.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Got to get to the root of it.
Exactly.
I'm going to a restaurant and I'm eating like 3 courses because I've been cooking like every day.
Right.
Which I don't, I like to cook, but like some days it's like, nah, I just want to show up and sit down somewhere. Yeah. Somebody else make me a drink.
You like to cook though. You like to cook though. So
I do.
Think that would be a thing, but
it's still nice to be catered to,
Yes.
so.
Yeah, I'm over cooking. I mean, I'm cooking for myself and it's great. And I'm, excited like, okay, I can do this. I'm over it. I don't want to eat my food for a little while.
Like I'm not even going to happy hour. I'm going to a table with a tablecloth. And I'm ordering all the things.
Yeah. 7 courses. Yes, please.
Yes.
Right.
Chef's menu. Yep. That's me.
With wine pairings. Absolutely.
Yep. All in.
That's funny.
Serena, what are you drinking? I meant to ask you. What is that?
I'm drinking a French 75. But it's a little dark because I make simple syrup with brown sugar. And so I use the Hennessy Pure White as the spirit.
Oh.
And then just top it off.
Okay. Because Hennessy White goes with everything. We just learned that.
It's good. It's good.
I believe you.
Very good. Yeah. Okay. What was your least favorite food as a kid, and do you like or hate that food now?
Oh, that's easy.
Tanisha, did you want to say boiled egg or no?
You know what? I've liked boiled eggs my whole life. It's been a thing for me. I love them. They're healthy. It is a great source of protein. Take that, Frank Morgan.
Oh, Jesus, that's hilarious. Oh, gosh.
Right, one more for you. Okay, go ahead.
Yours, Glennis.
My least favorite food, and I still do not eat it to this day, is liver, because the liver takes toxins out of whatever body host is hooked up to, and I'm not eating that shit. No. That pig feet, not, and no.
Oh, I'll eat a liver.
I love chicken livers. My God. Love it.
They're done properly. Some gravy and some onions. I'll have some more, please.
My dog loved them when I was a child. I had she was like a light tan cockapoo, and my mother and I hated spinach as a child, but I can eat spinach now. So she would do the liver and the spinach and some starch. And my dog loved it. So I was like, okay, this house gonna work. Get under the table. She would get under the table. I just feed her all the liver. And one time, her crazy self came out from under the table, had the gravy, and she was
my God,
gravy. I was like, didn't I tell you get back under the table? Thank God my mother had walked out. So I'm like, getting with a napkin, trying to get the liver out, throw it over the spoils in the trash. I don't like it.
Shiesty.
Yeah, that would be me. Don't make me something I don't like. You know, y'all know.
We know.
We know. Because you'll bring your own food somewhere.
How about
hey, this is an all-inclusive. I brought my own snacks. I don't know where. I don't know where y'all been doing. What y'all been? No, not eating that. I think my food would be Brussels sprouts. Like as a child, I thought those things were gross because everybody steamed them. But now since people fry them and saute them, they're delicious.
Yeah.
But steamed, they actually are nasty.
They are gross.
It's like, how can you make them this nasty?
Yeah.
Miniature cabbages.
Gross.
No, but like steamed cabbage is okay. But like steamed Brussels sprouts, they're slimy.
And they boil them.
Flavor.
Yeah, they boil the flavor out of them.
So it's more the consistency than the flavor for you then.
No, the flavor's gross.
That means they're not seasoning.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Brussels sprouts.
Me too.
I mean, I love them now, but when they were steamed before, because that's how everybody always prepared them. No, they were gross like that.
Okay.
Frank, what is yours?
No, I'm a no liver person. I've hated it as a kid, and I can't stand it now. It's just a horror. it's so terrible. No matter what you do to it, right? I mean, Glenn,
exactly.
So not even like pate?
No.
Duck liver? Oh my God, that's so good. Like pate and champagne? Y'all better shut up.
I love pate, but not that.
Not the champagne, boo. You can have all the pate.
It's got to be really good pate because pate gets funky quick. You have to have a really good pate. You cannot skimp on pate. It's got to be good. And I, you know what? I'm with Tanisha on the Brussels sprouts. As a kid, man, I couldn't stand them, but now I love them. Shred them up and throw them with a little bacon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leslie, did you say yours?
No. Oh, asparagus.
You love or hate them?
As a kid, but now I love it. I think it's knowing how to prepare it.
There's a thing. No Sauvignon Blanc, no asparagus. There's a thing going here.
Oh,
no,
sure.
but I like asparagus now. I didn't like it as a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
But no Sauvignon Blanc.
Thanks.
Mine was eggs. I did not like eggs
Really?
as a kid, and I didn't like the texture of them when they were scrambled. I definitely didn't like them fried, but probably in my late 20s, like Alan made fried eggs. I was like, look at that. So I watched him eat them with like turkey sausage and a toast, like, that looks good. Let me try it. And so I tried it and I was sold. I was like, ooh, I like fried eggs now. I like it. Yeah. And also, I still don't like any hot cereals except for grits. So I don't eat cream of wheat or oatmeal. I don't like the texture of those. But grits, I can. Yeah.
Huh. How interesting.
With the yogurt.
What'd you say?
With the yogurt.
With the yogurt.
The grits with the yogurt.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
With Greek yogurt, yes. Sure.
Yes.
What emoji do you use the most?
The one with the face is like, oh. That one. I feel like I use that. I use that multiple times.
Tanisha, I looked away. Will you do that just one more time?
No. Watch the replay. Son. Watch the replay. Okay? Watch the replay. Watch the replay. But that's my most used emoji.
Mine, the eye roll one.
I want to use that more, but
yeah, it's so fitting.
This is mine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah,
very good. I know that emoji.
It's spot on. Yes.
Yeah,
good job.
I've seen it.
Yeah. Leslie.
I like the crying tears, the tears, laughing.
Okay.
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 All right.
Cool.
That's
Frank.
Frank, did you say yours?
Right. I'm like, Frank.
You know, I'm debating. Like, I came here. I wasn't sure how much to share, but you know,
Let it
it's
all
just
out.
between us, Frank.
Okay, that's good. So if I'm emojiing or texting or whatever it is with other people, I always use the 2 champagne glasses cheers because everybody gets that. They like it. If I text with my wife, and I text a lot. I mean, one, she loves me a lot, and you know, during her day, you know, she's at her office. She's got to go to office, and so you know, she's there and seeing clients and things. And we've always texted a lot, and so I always use the eggplant emoji.
Wow. I did not see that coming.
No way, shape, or form was I ready for that.
Wow. That just made my day.
Frank,
Go, Frank.
All right, Frank. You can return to the show, Frank. You win. You can come back. You win.
2 hands emoji.
Right.
Right. A bravo.
Yeah.
Right. See that?
You, sir,
Oh my
can
God.
return.
That was unexpected.
Damn.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
Any more questions?
yes, we just got 2 more. Just 2 more. Okay.
Okay.
Do y'all have a bucket list? Do you have a bucket list? And what was the last thing that you checked off, if you do?
Ooh.
Yes. And it's been a while since I've checked something off. So give me a second on what I've checked off.
Okay. Frank, you have one?
A bucket list item that I've checked off recently. Oh my gosh. No, I don't think that, not one that I've checked off recently.
Yeah.
No, I that's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Not one that I've checked.
I know. I need to go revisit my bucket list now that you say that.
Yeah.
I need to actually write it down. It's in my head.
Right.
But the thing I have the most and it's not even recent. That was years ago. Like riding a hot air balloon was on mine. And I've done that, but that was so long ago. That's like the last thing I can remember doing for my list. That was a minute ago.
Wow.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Okay. You kind of caught me on that. Let's not end on that note. God.
Yeah.
Right. One more question.
I don't really.
Did you have one?
I don't really have a bucket list because my thing is I don't like the behavior associated with bucket lists. Like, what if you don't like meet all the needs on your list and then it does something to your confidence and then it's like a whole thing. So I don't really have one, but something that I've always wanted to do was drink on a boat. And I did that last May in Cancun.
Nice.
That was it. Yeah.
Wow.
I would have taken you on the Spirit of Washington.
Oh, girl. Girl. Girl.
And she would have got you. She'd have bought you the picture. She'd have bought you the picture you take when you get on and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
She'd have got you a photo to commemorate the occasion.
In front of a life raft. In front of the life raft.
Yes.
Oh, girl.
Yes.
Oh, how old am I?
That is funny.
Well, act like you've never been on that boat before, girl.
Yeah. You ain't missing
I
nothing.
think my bucket list, well, I tend to agree with Sarita. I don't have per se a bucket list, but I do have places that I want to see. And the last place that I definitely wanted to see that I did check off was 2016 for my birthday. It was Monaco.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
And that whole part of the south of France. So.
Nice.
But Monaco was definitely a check mark. So and a highlight.
Nice area.
Yay.
Wow.
Yay. Okay, Frank, this last question is for you.
Yes, I like
Who
this.
would you rather drink with? Larry David, Chelsea Handler, Trevor Noah, or Jimmy Fallon?
No question, Larry David. Absolutely.
How did I know that?
There's no question. That guy, you would just live a whole lifetime with over drinks with that guy. Can you imagine getting him drunk? I mean, he's already probably amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's the type of guy you take into a French wine bar that orders a boiled egg. I'm gonna tell you that. There's no doubt.
I just finished Curb Your Enthusiasm, the last season.
Oh.
And there's this one episode where he wants people to stay away from him. So he started wearing the red Make America Great Again hat. And people would like disperse everywhere he went. I was like, this dude is a fool. Yeah. He is really crazy. And he's Jewish. He's a Jewish guy. So, yeah.
He's hilarious. He is absolutely hilarious, man. Yeah. That guy is just, in fact, by the way, I just ordered my very own Latte Larry's t-shirt and coffee mug.
You did? I didn't know they were selling stuff.
Yeah, don't you get one? Do not.
Why did you get one?
I like to be
Frank.
Don't go in there and ordering one now.
Whatever.
I'm gonna do it just record on this.
Well, what color is yours? You'll get a different color.
It's blue with white type on it.
Okay, so she'll get a white one with blue type. There you go.
Okay, Frank. Frank, tell everybody where they can follow you and your blog.
So I hope everyone will follow each other. So on online, I'm drinkwhatyouLike.com. On Instagram, drinkwhatyouLike. Twitter, drinkwhatyouLike, but with a U. Twitter I couldn't get enough characters in the name. The name is too big. I'm too wordy, something like that. So I hope we connect. But I have a question for you. We can't end like this. I want to ask you a question.
All right.
Okay. Ask away.
Well, I've already asked clearly the emoji thing. I was going to ask about the eggplant emoji, but I'm not going to ask that now.
I cannot.
I don't know. I mean, you asked, right? This is a friends here. I mean, you know.
We should have told you this was a family show.
So anyway, and by the way, it's honestly true. So I'm curious what everybody's I love books. I kind of felt like one of my callings was to be a librarian because I really do, love books. I visit bookstores wherever I go in the world. I mean, obviously where you live in Shakespeare and Company, I love that. But some of the older French bookstores too, I really dig those.
Sure.
Right now, I'm reading two books. One is a more serious book, and then one is like the nightstand. It's kind of lighthearted book. So the more serious, like I'm learning something, is called Empire of the Summer Moon. It's about the Comanches. I know embarrassingly little about American history, like real history, not what you're not glossed over school history, but like legitimate history, which is this year is my year of actually like real history, like not, glossed over in school. And this is where I'm starting. It's by S.C. Gwynn. It's called Quanah Parker and the Rise and Fall of the Comanches, the most powerful Indian tribe in America. So really fantastic, like a historic book that is unbelievable. And then kind of my light read, the nightstand read is Provence 1970. It's written by Luke Barr, and it is a recount of time with M.F.K. Fisher, Julia Child, James Beard. They spent some time together in 1970 in Provence, and it's just a really light, really fascinating read and look into those individuals.
Okay.
What about you? What's going on with you? What are you reading to take your mind off all this craziness?
Reading a very, very lighthearted novel. It's part of a series. The author is British. It's Sophie Kinsella, and it's Shopaholic to the Stars. It is several of them. It started off with Shopaholic, then Shopaholic gets married, Shopaholic has a baby, all these other things. It was a movie too as well a while back. But yeah, reading in quotes because I'm listening to it. It's an audiobook that I got from the public library.
Nice.
Right before that, I read a good one, Such a Fun Age by, Kylie Reed, maybe is her name or something like that. Very good book. I like that a lot.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, I'm keeping it light because the other stuff I read is work related and heavy, intense wine stuff and vines and grape growing. So we'll keep it light.
You got to take a break from that.
Mm-hmm.
I am reading Trainwreck.
Trainwreck.
And it is a book about how female pop stars have kind of been put on a pedestal.
Did she freeze?
Yep.
Okay. We'll come back to her.
Okay. But she froze in a good spot. Sometimes people freeze and they face be looking like anything. You're like, oh, that's not how you want to be frozen. But no, she froze very, very Leslie. Yeah.
Then she got a book?
I'm actually just getting ready to start. I love sci-fi. So I am reading Dan Brown's Origin is the next one that I'm about to read because I read all his other ones. So Dan Brown, The Origin, which is supposed to be very good. Haven't started it yet, but I've been taking actually this time to sit back and relax because that's all I do for work is read regulations. So when I get home, it's just like I don't want to read unless it's very lighthearted, just stuff that's gonna capture my attention. It's like, oh, I don't want to put this down. And most of Dan Brown's books are like that for me. Like Deception and all. Every time I read any of his books, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to finish it because I don't know when the next one's gonna come out. So that's fine.
I'm reading something kind of heavy right now, so that's why I have to when I read it, I get mad, so I read it and put it down, read it and put it down. But it's The Black Washingtonians.
Oh yeah.
And it's a book released by the Smithsonian Eleanor Holmes Norton, and it just takes you through the histories of Black America on this side and their small steps to freedom. And it's a little painful, but I get to see a lot of the schools in the area where their names came from, who they were named after, and that's pretty cool. So, but, yeah. Leslie, you're back. Finish.
I'm sorry. Oh, it's Trainwreck, and it's about pop stars that are boosted and put on a pedal, and then later are become villains, and we tear them down. Like the whole rise and fall of Britney Spears and Whitney Houston and Amy Winehouse, and just really how you don't look at how we invade their privacies and people just make money off of their downfall. It's really sad.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they just think, oh, that crazy woman, but she really wasn't crazy. There was a lot of stuff that led up to it.
Yeah. So many things to say about that.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
Same. Well, this was fun.
Wow. I really feel
Thanks, Frank.
A lot of progress here today. Boiled eggs, eggplants, our one call person. I mean, I just want to know, of all your other podcasts, you ever discussed this range of topics?
Yes.
No. Never.
Well.
No. Never, ever. Never have I ever.
Oh my gosh.
And by the way, I'm certain the next time you go to this grocery store, every time it was a mnemonic thing. Like I just planted a mnemonic. It's like if you were looking for a yellow Jeep, suddenly you start seeing, remember, every time you go to the grocery store and you see an eggplant, you know who you're thinking about?
That's absolutely not what I'm going to do. No. 155% chance that's not what I'm going to do.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
On that note.
When you see that eggplant.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. Appreciate those of you watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Listen, this is the first time I've had on lipstick in like 3 weeks, so and earrings, so get excited about it because who's wearing real clothes around the house?
Oh, before we go, we want to encourage everybody to watch Uncorked on Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
it was released on Friday, and it was really, really good. They did a really good job.
Yes.
Awesome.
You laughing at me, Leslie?
Yes, I am.
You're supposed to be my friend. I'm gonna break down and kick up.